for young Hector.
Yeah, Curiel is a guy that definitely has some talent, Barry. There's no question about that, and he has come here to win this fight against Hector Camacho. In fact, that's exactly what he said to us when we managed to talk to him. Curiel was saying, well, Camacho's not a big test for him. I think I'm a big test for, the other way around.
Yeah, that's the way he felt about it. He really does give himself a legitimate chance to win the fight, and quite frankly, I do too. It's going to be a very good test for Camacho to see where he is, and we're going to see where Hector Camacho is right now, and there he is. And this is the outfit of the night. A little something understated, I think, right?
He is being carried in on the shoulders of his adoring members of his entourage. I'm almost speechless here, Barry.
Yes. That is a page out of the book of Camacho Sr., isn't it? Like for the simple Roman theme.
Yeah. But I do think he's outdone himself in here by actually being carried into the ring, and he's hopeful, of course, that he won't be carried out, Barry.
That's the one thing he's got to concern himself with. Meantime, Fred Curiel in that familiar position of what has become the challenger, and that is cool your heels while the champion makes an entrance. But this is a guy really who's been around the track, and I have an idea this will not be a distraction to him.
Well, he's got his head on pretty straight, I think, Curiel. A kid who comes out of the Dominican Republic. He's a very friendly kid, but as he said, he grew up kind of on the street of hard knocks and learned how to fight early in life and carried it right into the gymnasium. And he's a pretty good a boxer, puncher type, and I expect him to give Camacho a pretty good go of it.
I think he will too. It's going to be interesting to see how Camacho fights when the show business ends and the fighting starts. As we take a look at the Budweiser tail of the tape. And you can see Camacho, not yet 20 years old. Curiel just 23, even though he's 4 years the senior of Camacho. Just about the same height, just about the same weight. A bit of a reach advantage for Curiel. I doubt that that's really going to be a factor in this fight. He's going to have to catch Hector Camacho Jr. Here are the Jersey rules. 10-point must system will be in effect. The 3 knockdown rule will not. There will not be a standing 8 count. There cannot be saved by a bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. The headbutt rule, we go to the cards after 3 rounds. Right now, let's take it to the center of the ring and Thomas Triber. Thomas.
From the Trump Marina in Atlantic City, New Jersey, America presents, and the undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, proudly present to you Fight Time on Fox. Let's get the action started. We have for you, first of all, 10 rounds of boxing in the junior welterweight division. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action will be Benji Estevez. Introducing to you first, fighting to my left out of the red corner, he's wearing red trunks with blue trim and weighed in at 142 pounds. Coming to us from Paterson, New Jersey, he has a professional record of 14 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Freddy Curiel. And his opponent fighting directly across from him out of the blue corner. Tonight he's wearing silver trunks with blue trim and weighed in at 143 3/4 pounds. Hailing from San Juan, Puerto Rico, he is undefeated with 17 wins and 11 of them coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hector Macho Camacho Jr. Once again, your referee in charge, Benji Estevez, now to give the instructions.
Okay, man, again, first off, this is the borderline right here, okay? It's a little high, okay? Again, Chief second. Okay. Just obey my commands again. Give me a nice clean one. Good luck to both of you. Just touch up.
Well, nice clean one could be the key words of this fight. The last time Fred Curiel was in a fight, it was anything but.
Well, he fought a Turkish prospect by the name of Cihat Salman, who was undefeated at the time in 9 fights. And to say it was a dirty fight would be an understatement. In fact, Curiel found himself kicked and found himself at one point having his opponent jump on his back to the fight. Another time pushed him down. It's quite a dirty fight. It ended up a draw, however.
And you will see Curiel's a pretty good boxer puncher. He's going to go after Camacho and try to put pressure on him, but not get caught in the mistake of just following him around the ring right there in front of him, because that could be a real doom for him if that's the case. Yeah, those trunks of Camachos are almost X-rated, Barry.
They look like they're weighing time.
We try to keep our cameras away from the sideways views. Face to redden a little bit on the right side of his face.
Well, of course, anybody who's seen Hector Camacho Jr. as you and I have, remember the fight with Troy Crane when he had the fight very much in hand, and in 30 seconds from the end, Crane just hit him with a shot that dropped him, and had that fight been any longer than 30 seconds from the end, it might have been over for Hector.
It was an absolutely shocking moment to see Camacho go down in that fashion, because he was really, really hurt, and his legs were gone at that point when he got up, and he was very wobbly. And if there had just been a minute left to go, Barry, he may not have been able to survive.
So I think in the early career, Camacho, this is going to be the sternest test.
Did a nice job of spinning his opponent around there, worked him a little bit, got behind him, spun him around, and now Camacho's showing a pretty good jab. Camacho not running here. There was some thought in Curiel amongst his brass that Camacho would be a runner, but he's not.
Standing here and actually doing a pretty good job in this first round. Camacho doesn't fancy himself as a boxer. It's quick to say if they come, they come. They don't, I'm not going to worry about it. There's a good quick right hand from Curiel. So Camacho has dished out a little punishment, but he's also taken a little in his first round. A little reddening over the right eye of Hector Camacho Jr. also, and it's in a spot that could eventually cause him a problem.
Both these guys are very quick-handed. It would seem like this would be the type of fight where we might have a very high volume of punches.
Lead right hand by Curiel. You talked about Curiel's attitude coming into this fight. He's very confident fighter. Just in the way, this is Camacho. This is a test for me.
And he said he would do whatever it took to win tonight, Barry. If it had to be dirty tactics, because we refer to that, he said, I'll do whatever it takes to win.
I think they're pretty well.
Relax,
People are
relax.
trying to get Chip off the block of his father.
Relax.
The fact is, his father
Ya ganamos el primer round ya. Abrirle la cara.
What is both? It's pressure, yes, but because of course I'm the son. I'm junior. I feel like I'm forced to become or perform better than he is, but he has fought. Because there's a lot of pressure. First of all, I'm junior. Then again, people say, oh, how good is he? It's like his father. They won't be like his father. So there's a lot of pressure. But sometimes I learn to deal with in my career, and it doesn't bother me.
I think he really is rightfully proud of his father's accomplishments, but by the same token, Rich, I think he's very much his own guy, too.
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways he's a lot more sensible than his more famous father with. He says he tries to understand his dad and his dad's lifestyle. Just trying to kind of deal with it on that basis. Job right now of counter punching. Real nice job, and he's making Curiel pay for it when he misses punches. But he's beating Curiel to the punch. Republic says he loves Sammy Sosa. He said his whole family loves Sammy Sosa. In fact, they went to the parade honoring Sosa.
They live here in Patterson, New Jersey now, and that's just across the river, across from the city of New York. They made the trip in.
born in the Dominican, then came to Patterson, New Jersey at the age of 3. Said he began boxing just in the neighborhood. They'd set up little tournaments right around their homes.
And he said he was playing a little baseball, playing a little bit of football, and he was going to go to a high school here in Patterson, New Jersey, and
East Side High School.
East Side, thank you. And he said, when I knew I was going to East Side High School, so I better learn to catch.
Interesting chess match here developing, Barry, as it evolves. Right now, the edge and quickness in the hands of Camacho is giving him the edge in this fight.
And to Camacho's credit, he's standing there and fighting him. He's not being cute. Curiel has fought a couple of left-handers. He did not think that Camacho would bother him. One thing that Hector told us he was working on, he was trying to become a better finisher, trying to recognize when his guys getting hurt. In the fight we spoke of earlier with Troy Crane, that you and I both thought that he had him hurt on 4 or 5 occasions in that fight, never did jump off.
And I was a little perplexed that night because they were telling him in his corner, just box him. He had his man hurt and ready to go on a couple of occasions. Just box him, don't go for the knockout. Let's get him to work. Well, if you have a man ready to go, you've got to get him out of there. Otherwise, you stand the risk of impending doom. And it nearly happened to Camacho that night.
Hector being very effective here in the second round. And it's not that Curiel is doing anything wrong. It's just a simple fact that Hector Camacho Jr. so far is doing everything right.
Can you just sit right there next to Barry and just hold that up between,
You want to win this fucking fight?
Camacho's doing a good job.
A bus? Huh? What are you waiting for? A fucking bus? Two hands. Get in close. You're bobbing and weaving. You ain't doing shit. You're making moves. They ain't doing nothing. Fucking opportunity. What do you want? Just look ready without punching. Use two hands. What happened to your hook? You're looking for clear shots. You ain't gonna get it. You gotta like it. Come on, you can do better than that. You're not controlling the fight at all. Let's go. Do it.
Round number 3, Hector Camacho in the aluminum tanks. And Curiel in the red. Quick left hand.
down through the shows that we've had here at Freddy Curiel on several occasions, that boxing really is a quickness sport. I mean, almost more so than any other sport I can think of. It's just really when you have two guys square up, really has great opportunity to do damage and more damage to his opponent. Even when you think of power punchers, you think of a guy like Mike Tyson, part of his great success when he was coming up in the 80s and early 90s was due to the fact that he had such incredibly quick hands as well as his power. People were enamored of his power, but it was the way that he struck in such lightning-like fashion that helped him.
And you always hear corners say, be first, be first. I mean, that's become a boxing habit. Only a few guys can be.
We're looking at one here. Hector Camacho Jr. Big right hand. Piece of fruit came
Camacho's not a guy who has one-punch power. As we said, he knows what he is. He knows what he is.
You know, he could get one tonight because of the accumulation of punches that he's putting in his area. There's a talented boxer in his own right, but is having difficulty dealing with that speed. Excited about this fight. Barry's And the Spartans, it's just great competition when you're getting ready. Tracy Harris-Patterson, guys like Buddy McGirt, Arturo Gotti, down through the several months. And really felt that he was going to come in here and show everybody tonight. But he is having a lot of trouble dealing with Camacho. Not only the speed, but the counter-punching ability. I'm loving what Hector is doing tonight in terms of his counter-punching, because he's avoiding punches and then coming right back quickly with counters.
Yeah, very impressive performance so far. And you're right, by far the most impressive that we've seen him.
I think Curiel really expected Camacho to kind of just run from him tonight, and it hasn't worked out that way. Interesting that Curiel said, you know, he idolized Camacho's dad. He said he's got autographed pictures of Macho Camacho.
That's still Camacho up in another one. Each has likely felt the other's best so far. It's an exciting round, and those two obviously a very different atmosphere than there was in Curiel's last fight, which, as we said, was a war with Chiat Salmon. We remind you to join us on Friday, November 13th. We're going to feature a terrific main event, I think. Montel Griffin against Derek Harmon. It'll be for the NABF light heavyweight title. We'll be at the Miccosukee Indian Gaming Pavilion down in Miami, Florida. That's Friday, November 13th. Fight time on Fox. Check your local listings. That's a great main event.
Yeah, I really like it. Montel Griffin, of course, former light heavyweight champion of the world. Was a win over Roy Jones, even though it was by disqualification. He really had a lot of great moments in that fight against Jones and was leading for most of that fight, in fact, up until the finish. And Harmon, very impressive. Won the NABF championship with a 2-round
Press him and punch. You got to punch.
Time on Fox. In fact, right in this very ring, he did it here in Atlantic City. And he's undefeated in 15 bouts. That should be a good one.
Start the fourth round. Curiel closed with a flourish in the third round, but whether or not it was enough is questionable.
I think he certainly got the respect of Junior in that one.
We're at the Trump Marina Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. With Freddy Curiel, Macho Camacho Jr. in the silver. I guess we can call those silver.
The space age.
Yes.
Hector said he talked to his dad just a couple of days ago. And what I thought was interesting is that Hector Camacho Jr. says his dad did not teach him how to box. He said, well, not any of it. He said he didn't teach him a thing about how to box. He's picked it up on his own.
Well, you know what I really like about him, and of course I've done a number of fights with seniors as well, and get to know him fairly well. Explosions against senior. Hector really has his head screwed up and straight, you know. I find him to be a very responsible guy. He's got a goal and he's got an intention, and I wouldn't bet against him.
Well, he says every fight he's winning, he's going to be patient. Feels he has a lot to prove because he has the man of Camacho, and he's getting himself very prepared for every fight.
Left hand is very quick. Saying he wants to fight Julio Cesar Chavez.
Curiel is picking up his pace here a little bit and trying to go a little more to the body of Camacho.
I didn't realize he hurt him in the last round. Now he's getting good. Swelling under the wrong eye.
He's getting red, angry looking, however. And a little bit of a bruising up on the forehead as well.
Punches. He's got a problem. He's trying to do anything to win.
Freddy, you want to show you keep him up. Next one's going to force you, right? Come on. You all right? Let's go. Let's keep it clean.
Roughhouse style here, Barry.
And he said, I'll do that if I have to. And obviously he feels like he has to. Taking that left hand from Camacho, and that's the biggest weapon of the night. They're coming back.
I have it Camacho 39, Curiel 37.
I know he's slick. But when he punches, you're gonna punch. You're rolling, you ain't doing shit. How you gonna beat this guy if you don't punch? You can't step in and punch at the same time. You're looking for clear shots. There's no clear shots. Come on, you can do better than that. Let's go. The punches begin. Come on.
Welcome back to come to round number 5. Freddy Curiel and Hector Camacho Jr. An entertaining fight so far. On your card, Rich, you've given 1 round to Curiel, the rest to Hector Jr.
Right, actually the last round was the one that I gave to Curiel. I thought he was carrying the ring big time until he ran into that right hand right at the end of the round.
That right out is starting to look fairly ugly on Curiel right now. It's not getting any better.
Curiel is showing a little more upper body movement here, which is not a bad idea when you consider the sharpshooting accuracy of Hector Camacho. And good body work by Curiel. This started in the last round. I think he felt that he was being countered very successfully by Camacho, and he was missing punches to the head, so why not throw a few to the body? He missed that right hand that I had a moment ago.
We said we talked about Hector Camacho Jr. getting knocked down by Troy Crane. It was one of those 1 in a million punches.
That was a wild shot, and probably Camacho basically, because the fight was so near an end, was just relaxed defensively. He was so far ahead, taking some chances. He was on his back. Curiel realized that he better keep his hand up a little too late.
The left hand of Camacho is very strong.
Yeah, and if he can get there with leads like he just did, that's going to spell the end for Curiel, I think. He's landed a couple of times without having to follow again. Just lead left hand.
Too. They don't always have a cock when he throws it. Don't throw it from the hip.
That welt is pushing up against the eye now, Barry, and beginning to close it from underneath.
Yeah, that's all this here, of course, where the left hand has been landing. Camacho sad enough to utilize that, I think. Taking a little bit of target practice on a game, Freddy Curiel, but he's going to have to find something that hasn't been there.
Don't look at your work after you punch. You get off, keep punching. That's all. When if he's that close,
It was a lead. It was a left. It was a cross. It wasn't a jab. It was a left cross.
A little better.
Yeah. Sure. Make sure I see that follow-up jab.
Take it forward.
give me a wipe and a wipe. I'll get that.
The next wipe coming back. Here's what we've been talking about. Quickness of Camacho. There's the left-hand lead that we talked about. Look at how he avoids the punches. And he's able, again, with the quickness to get the jab in before Curiel can even reset defensively.
Now round number 6. And Curiel's been game, but he's just been outgunned. Doing some good work to the body.
Hector Camacho Jr. has managed to get himself a couple of ratings now. Rated the 20th in the world in one of the organizations, and in those North American ratings, or whatever they are, 11 and 15. But what it basically means is that people are starting to take notice of it. But he feels quicker, of course, at 32, 33. He's got the kind of body, he's got strong legs. It looks like he could probably carry it, maybe even as much as 47. He certainly doesn't look soft at all. I'll tell you, he's very quick even at 43.
I was just going to say, he threw that left hand. He was off balance, sideways, and still made it count. He really started to bust up Curiel in the process.
The thing that Hector Camacho says he's been doing the most in the gym is working on his patience, looking for real openings, looking for how to counterpunch. And I think all of the gym work for him is paying off here, because that's the things that are seen tonight.
Attitude, in fact, I think that's one of the things that is a difference between him and his father, is I think he's really a student of the game, and he's told us many times that they look at the tape of the fight and they say, I can do that very well, or get back in the gym and work on that one aspect, whatever it might be, try to get that result, and then the next time it goes, there's something else. So Camacho in absolute control of his fight, and the eye of Curiel not looking good at all.
Se con la cabeza. Oye la con la cabeza.
Now for Hector Camacho, of course, he's going 10. So even at this point, he's starting to get toward those uncharted waters. Not concerned about it.
Well, I'm prepared for each fight like it's a championship fight, like it's my last fight, like it's a world title fight. I train fight 12 rounds, not 10. So I'm training to fight all day. Mentally approaching a fight, come here to box. We're looking for the knockout. If it comes, it comes. But we come here to train to fight 10 rounds.
Round 7. Ha ganado todos los rounds.
People, a lot of times, it can be abrasive. But Junior here is a good kid.
I was going to say, he's got his head screwed on pretty straight. Everything is headed in the right direction for him.
And don't get us wrong, he says he has a good relationship with his dad. They talk all the time. He says he's very happy with the relationship that he's got with his father.
He's got his two aunts. One of them was instrumental in his growing up here in the United States. So his mom can't stand watching fight.
Camacho the real problem here because he's got to step up his pace. He's got to let his hands go. But the problem is he's letting his hands go with some of his counterpunching as effectively as Camacho will run a real risk of being
Freddy, the butt slap.
First time around, he was back a little bit. But even this is something of an art form.
Successful for him for a couple of rounds there. I think it would be nice for him to go back downstairs again. Tried to do it like that. Actually, picked him. Don't have our punch profile numbers tonight, but I would suspect Camacho has a very high connection. Very sharp. Accuracy, very impressive. When we get to the face of the people here tonight, there's a lot of media from around the country here tonight. This is a very big boxing weekend in Atlantic City. David Reed's fighting James Coker tomorrow night here in Atlantic City. Gabriel Ruelas is fighting James Coker. A lot of people here are taking on the fights tonight that will be that judging from his hand speed, and he's quick-handed. But I would imagine that he probably has the edge in hand speed in almost everybody he fights. When he comes into the ring, and it's very accustomed to seeing himself outsped the way that he is here this evening. Really starting to take form. A little bit of a push back to the bell by Curiel.
Stop punching. Start punching.
Our main event in the heavyweight division, as we said, it's a little of the old, little of the new. Monty Barrett representing the new, and Greg Page representing the old. Champion back in 1984, and wants to try it all over again. Try to step up, I think, for
you want to look at your wife.
Can't make you look bad.
Well, he was an accomplished.
You're not throwing any punches.
Throw one punch at a time. Come on. You can do better than that, baby.
You can see how Curiel's getting banged up. Curiel coming forward, just grazing the head of Camacho, who's just quick enough to get away from that punch.
Yeah, just caught a little bit of that right hand in his glove. So we come to round number 8. We're going 10. This is our first fight of the evening. Our main event still to come. A little chilly back here in the Eastern Seaboard.
George Allen used to say, no matter what the weather, Redskins.
Now into that area where he was not fought before, and into the 8th round.
You know, I just don't think that matters in his case, though, because you see how relaxed he is in the ring, and he doesn't waste a lot of punches. You know, a lot of these kids who don't have that experience, they may utilize up, they may use up all that energy before they get here. And I don't think that's the case at all. It matters. I think what he said earlier about him going 12 is absolutely true. I think he could go 12 here tonight with no problem.
He's actually next to each other. He has got to advance before. He fights back.
to get Camacho, I think, to extreme better. And so he could land a big shot. Camacho will make that mistake again. That's right. He's been down that road, yes. Curiel getting very frustrated here. He really landed. That was a tremendous shot that Camacho landed earlier in the round. Best punch. And I just think that Curiel never even saw it there. Just didn't even see it coming. It was so quick.
Well, again, the thing that's impressive to me about Camacho throws that punches is that he doesn't give it the same look twice. You know, he'll hit from shoulder on one time, he's going to hit the next. Curiel is still coming forward, still landing the occasional shot. And still swelled up under that right eye. And it's not getting any better. We're coming back.
Take control of this fucking fight.
Let's see it there.
Yeah. It's a great punch, boy.
Can you keep it rolling until he nods at Camacho? Because I mentioned that there. That watch, he'll kind of nod at him. See right there? Yeah. Best punch of the fight landed in round 8 by Hector Camacho Jr. A beautiful straight left hand lead thrown with extreme quickness, and even Curiel had to nod his acknowledgement to Camacho. Yeah, that was a good one.
Just continues to get beat to the punch, and as you said earlier, there's no replacement for quickness.
And the crowd really admiring Curiel's gameness and bravery and coming after Camacho and getting some good shots in at the end of that last round. Had a little chant of Freddy, Freddy going at the end of the round, and then it started the round here with it as well.
Well, that's one of the things I think that impresses me as much about Camacho tonight is the simple fact that I don't think there's any question that Freddy Curiel is the best opponent he's fought, and Camacho has stepped up to that level.
Yes, he has, Barry. This is, you know what often happens, though, a lot of times when you're a young guy who's fighting, you fight guys who really can't fight very well. Curiel is trying to cut off the ring in this round, sliding to the side to try to cut the ring on Camacho. See how he's doing that there? He's following him along the ropes, trying to cut him off by sliding to the side.
Well, it was clearly a wake-up call for Curiel. He's being much more aggressive. The crowd takes up the chant you spoke of.
And now they're talking to each other, Barry.
Yep, he wants him to come at him. I don't think Camacho will do that. That was a bad idea by Curiel, and I knew it the minute he did it, and Camacho made him pay with the right hand.
compañito con él. Último round. Último round. Último round.
Not much panic going on there. Let's take another look at that punch that did rock Camacho.
But Curiel's been waiting and hoping he could land one big one to turn the fight around. There you see an off-balance Camacho kind of stumble away. That right hand up high on the head was a good shot and caused Camacho's legs to give him.
And final round coming up.
So the 10th and final round, Freddy Curiel has to have a knockout. I don't think there's any question about that. Seems to be a little respect between these two. And a right hand by Curiel. That was a good one also.
But Curiel's a little desperate, and he's going to let his hands go. Curiel need not worry about the crowd. He needs to come forward at Camacho and worry about him.
And Camacho on his bike here. Be a good idea for him to try to keep this fight in the center of the ring. He ducks out of there. That was not a punch. Good left hand by Camacho. He took a right hand for it.
Hector looked down at us here and winked, let us know that he was all right, but both these guys are landing some rather rock-like blows in the last couple of rounds. Curiel probably wishes he fought a little more at this pace earlier in the fight and with a little more of this style. Let his hands go.
And Camacho is just, and this is not the way. You can't argue with what Camacho is doing here, even though he's showboating a little bit, but he doesn't have to get in there and brawl with him.
You see, what he's doing here is what used to infuriate people about his dad. That after he'd be hit a couple of times like he was with Edwin Rosario or something, then he'd go on that bicycle. But like he says, no one likes to get hit. I do believe Camacho has this fight in the bag in terms of the fight on points.
Took a right hand again. He got a little too cute.
I think Freddy Curiel has shown here tonight that he is quite a good young fighter with potential of his own.
Had a little shot that time and didn't quite get home with it. So Curiel has 30 seconds remaining to do some business.
And that is sure an angry welt underneath his eye. Bright red.
Crowd doesn't like all this. Now Curiel answers, but Curiel's just got to get busy. And that's it.
Well, that doesn't bother him. He hardly cares.
Curiel being game, but I think in this case, game is only going to get you second best. Crowd very much in the corner of Freddy Curiel, but I think it's going to be for naught. And I think Hector Camacho will have done enough to win this one and win it rather convincingly. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the scorecards, let's hear it once again for both fighters, Freddy Curiel and Hector Camacho Jr.
Yeah. Last word promo. The last word promo. No, I know. I'm just telling Christine. All right.
I don't see Triber.
We welcome you back to the Trump Arena. We're here in Atlantic City. Our first fight is in the books. Hector Camacho Jr., I'm quite sure, has done enough to defeat a game Freddy Curiel. And while we await the decision, we'll remind you that weeknights at 6 and midnights, The Last Word with Jim Rome in LA and a live studio audience at the All-Star Cafe in New York. It's epic sports talk, bi-coastal and interactive. Now join Rome as he mixes it up with the biggest names in sports. That's The Last Word. Weeknights at 6, midnight on Fox Sports Net. Right now, we're taking the center of the ring. Thomas Triber. Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards, and we have a unanimous decision. Judge Shafiq Rashada scores about 96 to 93. Judge Calvin Claxton scores about 96 to 92. And Judge John Riley scores about 95 to 93. All to your winner, Hector Macho Camacho Jr.
Crowd might not like it. I think it's probably a pretty fair decision, and there's a man who will bear the price of losing, as you see.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for his opponent, Freddy
Curiel. We're going to see him
Curiel.
another day, and there's probably most of the guys in this division he could probably whip up on, but tonight he got out-quicked, and right now the man who out-quicked him is with Rich Barada. Rich?
Hector, I thought that was a very impressive showing by you tonight. Your quickness seemed to be the determining factor.
Well, that's my fight, the quickness. I boxed to see what he had the first round. I see the strong guy, so I came in box.
And he came on at you at the end. You thought I thought that you fought basically a perfect fight for about 7 rounds. That he started to put it on you at the end pretty good. Were you getting tired at all, this being your first 10-round fight?
First 10 round fight, I wanted to pace myself, see how I went. I knew I won the first 7 rounds, so there's no reason to stay there and brawl with him. Strong guy, he was coming. I felt like he was getting strong after every round. But here I am. I won. I'm happy.
Yeah, well, you fought an extremely impressive fight, I thought, tonight, and the right type of style to fight against a guy like this, because he came here to fight. He came here to beat you tonight.
Oh yes, he came to fight. Like every opponent come to fight. When they finally fight Hector Camacho Jr., they come to fight.
Mm-hmm. What now for you, do you think, Hector?
Well, that's something that leads to my promoter, Medical Presents, Dan Goose, and my manager. My job is to fight, so whatever's next is next.
All right.
I just want to say to my wife, Cero, I love you. To my mother, I love you. To Carlota Alfaro, to Spanish Straight, it's my time, junior time.
All right. Well, it was junior time up there tonight, Barry.
All right.